Hey YouTube, it's Tosh again with VSG for Baby B. I am going to attempt to do a TTC tag just to kind of give everybody a little bit better overview of my history with trying to conceive and infertility. Please ignore in the background my curtains that are hanging off the wall. We are getting ready to do some renovations and I'm not really sure why we just left them there broken for right now. It's kind of bad. Anyways, I'm going to be looking kind of up behind me to make sure I'm reading all these questions right. But question number 1, how long have you been trying to conceive? My husband and I have unofficially been trying to conceive for a little over 5 years and officially trying for 3. Up until about 8 months ago, we had been doing fertility treatments. Clomid, Femera, IUIs, herbal supplements, Vitex. We tried a lot. I will do another video on that eventually on all of the stuff we did, different cycles, how many rounds. But we've been trying to conceive for a while. We are stopped right now so that I can go through with my vertical sleeve gastrectomy. So hopefully we will be picking back up on the TTCing in 12 to 18 months after surgery. Question 2, how many kids do you have? We have no kids right now. We have 2 fur babies and nieces and nephews that might as well be our own, but we have no children. We want as many as God will let us have. If that's 12, I'll take them. If it's 1, I'll be thankful. Either way, I would prefer to have at least 2. I had a brother growing up. My husband also has a brother. I don't know what it would be like to be an only child, so I can't imagine raising one, but I'll do my best and whatever we end up with. How old are you and your husband is question number 3. I am 26. My husband is 27 and will be 28 next month. We have been married for 5 years. Well, 4 years and 11 months. I can't believe I'm still counting months. It's crazy. But we will be 5 months of marriage on June 18th. Number 5, what are some crazy things you do while TTCing? What's not crazy about TTCing, really and truly? I read blogs, I've gone online. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten online and typed in, my progesterone was 14.1. How many of you were pregnant with progesterone of 14.1? Like, it matters. It doesn't matter, truthfully. But we've all done it. So I've done all kinds of crazy things. There's nothing normal about that. Question number 6. Does your husband know all about TTCing? Yes and no. He knows a lot more than most, I think. Not just because we've been doing it and we've been through so much, but because I am a nurse and I do work in a labor and delivery room. So he knows more about the female body than he probably cares to. There's still some stuff we're both learning, but there's still stuff that he is learning slowly but surely about. But yeah, he knows quite a bit. Number 7, have you been diagnosed with any kind of infertility? Yes. We have talked about doing a semen analysis on him to make sure there are no problems. We have not done that yet. That is in the plans. But we know that I have PCOS, or polycystic ovarian syndrome, with insulin resistance. And that is what we believe, and my gynecologist believes, is the issue with my ability to reproduce. Unlike most people with PCOS, I do have more normal cycles, but I do struggle with low progesterone, which essentially, if your progesterone is too low, then your body can't make the optimal place for a baby. But that's a whole nother subject for a whole different video. Number 8, what keeps you busy during the 2-week wait? Nothing. I went stir crazy when we were actively trying and doing fertility treatments. I went crazy. I worked a lot. Up until a couple months ago, I actually had 2 jobs. One full-time, what I do now, and then I worked in an emergency department part-time. and loved that job. I did it more for the skills than the money. But we have decided that if I'm going to focus on my health and my life right now, that maybe being home and being with my husband more than being gone 6 days a week is going to be more beneficial. But I would work a lot during the 2-week wait, pick up overtime just to keep myself occupied. Number 9, what day do you usually ovulate? Right now, I don't know. When I was doing medicated cycles and I was really tracking everything, I would always ovulate late, somewhere between 16 and 21. And that was something that we struggled with. My gynecologist and fertility doctor could not figure out why I wouldn't ovulate until later. But when I did, it was always good, strong ovulation. But my body just didn't ovulate normal. Number 10, what gender are you hoping for? I think everybody's going to say, we don't care. And I don't care. But I have always pictured myself having a boy first. Honestly, until recently, I never pictured myself having a daughter. I would love to have a daughter. I would love to have a child in general. But I've always pictured myself having a son. I won't say I hope for a son or I hope for a daughter. I hope for a healthy baby like everyone else. But I picture myself and my husband more having I picture me having a son, but I picture him raising a daughter. That's weird. Number 11, how many pregnancy books do you have? I only have one pregnancy book. I bought it 3 years ago on my Kindle. What to expect before you're expecting. When I thought it would try to help me get some tips and tricks for TTCing. And it did, but then we realized we were going to have bigger issues. So it's not really been too beneficial. But always check it out and see what you think. Number 12, how many home pregnancy tests do you take in one cycle? Wow. Let me just go into this by saying Amazon or any other place online has really good deals on the little cheap ones, and so you don't feel as guilty for taking so many. Most cycles, as embarrassing as this is to say, I would probably take 5 or 6 at least. Which I know is not healthy. I know that. I'm just being honest. And towards the end, I would take 1. And one of the reasons I take so many, or would take so many, is because with low progesterone, with PCOS, my doctor wanted me to know at the very first possible opportunity if I was pregnant, so that I could be put on certain medications to reduce my risk of miscarriage. So I did test probably more than most people. Number 13, what are some stress relievers when TTCing? YouTube videos. I don't know. I don't think anything really relieves your stress. Towards the end, we got back into church, back into really like rediscovering our faith. For me personally, that helped more than anything. I can't stress enough. I would never force my beliefs on anybody. I would never try to do that. I am open. I love everybody. I don't like everybody, but I love everybody. But it made a world of difference for me to just believe in my heart that all of these struggles are made to make me the person that God wants me to be. It's hard. It's not easy. It's not, oh, this is okay. This is what's supposed to happen. I believe that, but it doesn't make it easy all the time. But it definitely helps with the stress relief. Number 14, what themes or designs do you like for a nursery? Again, I never pictured myself having a daughter, so I don't know for a girl. I don't know. For a boy, hands down, Harry Potter. I'm the biggest Harry Potter nerd. Side note, with my VSG, I told my husband that one of my milestone rewards, about anywhere from 4 to 6 months after my surgery, God willing, we're going to Harry Potter World. Really excited. So definitely a Harry Potter nursery. I know that I can do that for a girl as well as a boy. I just see it more as more for a boy. I don't know. Number 15, do you plan to do pregnancy vlogs if you conceive? Yeah. Oh yeah. Not just to do them or not just to share them, but to document them, to be able to go back and say, hey, remember when this happened, or to show my child one day, like, you don't know how much you were prayed for, hoped for, wished for, and wanted. It's pretty neat. Number 16, who are your favorite YouTubers to watch? I've been watching Ashley Dawn for a long time. She was a huge inspiration to me. She's kind of flown under the radar right now. She is getting ready for her little one, I believe. So, all the best wishes to her. And then, truthfully, other than that, I watch random, just really random videos from years ago or from 2 days ago. It just kind of depends. Number 17, what have you bought for your future baby? We have a hope chest that I started about 5 years ago. And when we first started trying to have a baby, that has a ton of clothes, books, picture frames, nursery decorations, lotions, soaps, stuff that won't go bad. And I've been tempted since we stopped TTCing actively. I've debated on giving some of that stuff away, and I struggle with that because I don't want to. Even if I'm never able to have a child of my own, or if we do adopt and we adopt an older child or foster, and those are never put to use, if somebody needed those, absolutely. But for right now, it's a good reminder, it's a good motivation for why I'm doing what I'm doing. It may not be the only reason, but it's a big part of it. And number 18, do you have a birth plan? Yes and no. I have certain things that I would prefer. Who doesn't? But being a labor room nurse, I know that birth plans sometimes, not always, before anybody bites my head off, set you up for failure, truthfully. So, my birth plan is to come home healthy with a baby that is healthy, whatever that means. So, hope you enjoyed this tag, and I will hopefully be able to figure out how to tag some other new YouTubers into doing this as well. But I will be doing a VSG tag later on also, for those of you that are here strictly for the VSG part. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I can't wait to see you soon. Bye.